Well, and as we begin to talk about the Downtownsend Terrace Crowdfund, I think it's important to note some of our earlier renderings, and these are specifically ChatGPT renderings of the logo we were working on before we received some professional assistance in putting one together. All incorporated like a little screwdriver or a rolling pin or cup of coffee, or just like different things, a book, and trying to set it off to note all 4 businesses. I think it's all a vibe that kind of rolls together, and you have your thing going on. And you alluded to a need right in this conversation of those businesses cross over, because it's really easy to grab a book and grab a crepe and grab a book and grab a coffee. Really easy to go get your phone worked on and come get a coffee or go look at books. And all of those businesses really play together and can complement one another in different ways, and for very distinctly different offerings, but you can see the roadmap for how they fit together. And that's what makes this so interesting, is that you are taking part in this year's MYPros Community Crowdfund, where you're not just doing it for yourself, and you didn't come in with a pitch that was just crepe centered or just Iron Dame centered. It was always centered around all 4 businesses. And what's the intentionality behind that for you?
Well, I mean, first of all, if my neighbors succeed, then I'll succeed. And I'm not saying that selfishly. It's just, I love those people.
Business
They're
101
awesome.
too.
Yeah. And it is. It's like the more people we can drive down our street. So, and it did, I was walking downtown to the common section, and I was like, man, it looks so awesome down here. And then I was walking back, and I was like, oh, and there's our little street, and there's like some tables, and I was just like, I wonder, it'd be really cool if we could get everybody together and kind of talk about this. And then the crowdfunding campaign, and I was like, oh, light bulb. Yeah, that would be the opportunity. So, and it was funny because I signed up for it last year, but I didn't really have any clear direction as to where I was going to go. And then this was the year where I was like, we can all benefit from this. So I talked to them. They were 100% on board. They let me use their renderings, and it's really cool. I think they're excited about it too. I honestly haven't had a chance to talk to them since we started the campaign. I want to, see where they're at, but they're like Trisha that owns Bookmarks she loved the renderings, and she's like, oh, this will be fantastic. And you just picture walking down Main Street, and then you pass Townsend, and then you look down and you see like this well-lit area with some cool seating, and it's like this true cafe style French vibe that we could have right here in Midland is kind of what we're going for.
What's great too, and for those unaware what the MYPros Community Crowdfund is, it is a crowdfunding initiative that was started by MYPros in 2019. And one of those first businesses that we initially assisted was Pizza Baker with a pizza oven. And that year it was a very small contribution for a very small amount of matching dollars that was allotted from the Midland Area Community Foundation. And the way that works is the Midland Area Community Foundation has a standing gift that we give to the Midland Business Alliance's foundation each year to be trusted stewards of those funds to add on as a matching fund for the MYPros Community Crowdfund. It gives the community foundation an opportunity to support young professionals in our community and support business development when we only usually get to play in the realm of nonprofit work and then also community leadership. So it allows us to have a flexible, different stance within the community in terms of business. So we're huge supporters of that. And obviously the Midland Business Alliance, being the organization that houses Midland young professionals, is so crucial to this for their trust in young professionals and the work that they're doing to support people development and retention here in Midland County. And it was just an innovative way for us to give young people a stake in business in our community. And so it started off small. Since then, we've morphed into quite a large crowdfund, and we've helped numerous businesses, a few right near you in downtown Midland, a few of those being Northeast Outdoors. I mentioned Pizza Baker, but also Aviator Cookie Company. You can also take a look at Astor, which is now going to be changing hands, but that work was done in that space as well. Three Bridges Distillery. Also, you can look across town at Grove Tea Lounge, and then also Allied Group Fitness. So we've had some different stake in some many different businesses, but this year was a big one for us because we're aiming at a $60,000 crowdfund. And what that means is we are asking for $25,000 in community contributions. And if you're listening right now, anytime between August 1st and August 31st of 2025, you can give right now at patronicity.com. Or if you head over to the MyPro section of the Midland Business Alliance website, that link will be on there. So it's $25,000 will allot for $35,000 in matching funds. And that will be one project for Townsend Street, which we are calling the Downtownsend Terrace Crowdfund. and it's going to be awesome. So what will the actual effect once it's finished look like for you?
Well, so obviously the street, it'll be like a little mini streetscape, really.
Yeah.
And so
Some real placemaking.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. It'll help our little street stand out just a little bit more, even with the lighting. I think the pergolas will look good, and then the flower. One thing that I really wanted with it was cohesion. I wanted cohesion with downtown. I want cohesion right on Townsend Street. And so to me, I was like, that's where those planters come into play. There's a lot of beautiful flowers throughout Midland, especially downtown. So if we can kind of like, hey, we're a part of that too, So that's really what we wanted to do, was kind of have those flower boxes tie it in, and then behind the flower boxes we can put benches so people can sit at them. You can sit and smell the flowers. You know what I mean? So we want to do that. We want to, and then with the pergolas, because obviously I have 2 restaurants downtown, so want to make sure that people have like a nice, cool, shaded spot to sit and eat their food, and again, smell the flowers. But we can line the whole street up to, and maybe even beyond, Mr. Mustache with these planter boxes.
And what's great too, when we're talking crowdfunds, and I'm pulling it up right now to bring up a little bit more of the information. When you're donating to a crowdfund, a lot of time there is a reciprocation of a gift. So let's start at the top. If somebody wants to go above and beyond and give $1,000, they can get, with up to 4 guests, an elevated pastry, crepe, and cocktail tasting, and a Downtownsend Love Fence lock. So the Love Fence will be one feature of this new mini streetscape, this new placemaking project as well. So can you explain the Love Fence to me real quick?
Yeah, so if you go to Paris, you cross a bridge, you're going to see locks everywhere. The whole idea behind it is you are with the person you love, you buy this lock, you put your name on it, lock it to the bridge, take the key, and throw it in the Seine River. So we're not going to advocate littering with all these keys, but we still want to capture that vibe. So we're going to have, with the planter boxes on the front, or even maybe a wall, that like a partition wall that separates Iron Dame from Crepe CME, this love lock fence. So the cool thing is, if you give it that tier, then we'll actually make you a custom engraved lock with whatever you want on it. And we'll have like this, when we do the ribbon cutting for it, we're going to have a ceremonious, my lock goes on the love fence, and then it'll be cool. I think that'll be fun.
Subscribe wherever you consume media. Max Loves Midland is your entertainment, resources, and collective improvement hub for Midland County. Plan your next adventure in Midland at maxlovesmidland.com.